Hi everyone. If you are an Android application developer, this video is going to be very much helpful for you. So in this video, we are going to see how to implement notification in your Android application using Java. So first, we are going to create a simple application that includes a button. When we click the button, we get a notification. Upon clicking the notification, it will be navigated to the new page along with the information. Now let us see how we will implement this. There are some 4 steps to create a basic notification. Here you can see the steps. So let us see what are all the steps or code to be included in the application. First, to get the permission, we have to include few lines in the manifest file. So in the manifest file, we have to create users permission tag and request permission for post notifications. Once it is done, now, the second step is to set the notification content. For that, we have to create the notification compat builder object. Its constructor takes some 2 parameters, the current context and then the channel ID. Then we have to set the icon, the title, text and the priority. Now, the next step is to create a notification channel. In this, first we check whether the Android version is greater than Android Oreo, that is the API level 26. If this condition is satisfied, we are going to create a notification channel instance with the channel ID, specific label, and the importance level. Once it is done, we will initialize the notification manager instance by obtaining the service responsible for managing the notifications. Now, the final step is to show the notification. For that, we notify the user by posting a notification with ID 1 using the builder, which contains the notification details. Now, let us see how we implement this in our application. For this, I'm going to create a simple Android application in the Android Studio. Just select New Project, fill all the details, give it a name, and then select the build configuration language as Groovy since we are going to work with Java. Once done, click Finish. Now it will take few minutes. Then you will find the main activity .java file and the resource file activity underscore main.xml file. So in XML file we will handle all the design part, and in the main activity we will handle the Java coding. Now let us start with our first step, which is including the permission in the manifest file. Go to the Android manifest.xml file and then at the top include the user's permission tag for the post notification. Now in the activity underscore main.xml file, I am going to change the constraint layout to linear layout because it is very simple. So inside which I am going to replace the text view and I am going to include a button. In the button, I'm going to set properties such as ID, layout, width, and height. Once done, in the main activity, I need to access the button. So I'm going to create a variable of button type. Using the ID, we will identify and then assign to the button variable. The next step is to set on-click listener for the notification button. Inside the on-click method, we will handle the button click. Before getting to that, I'm going to include few lines of code here. This line is helpful to check whether the Android SDK is greater than the Tiramisu version. If this condition is satisfied, we are going to check whether the permission is granted or not. If the condition is satisfied, we have to check whether the app has been granted the permission to post notifications. For that, we use the check self permission method, and the first parameter is the current activity context. If the above condition is satisfied, then we have to request permission before proceeding further. For that, we have to use the request permission method. Current activity context as the first parameter, and the second parameter refers to the type of permission we are seeking, and the third one is the request code. Instead of writing the entire code to send the notification inside the on click, I'm going to create a separate method. I'm going to call that method as send notification method. So inside which I'm going to include the second step, which is setting the content for the notification. Now to set the notification content, we have to create instance for the notification compat builder and pass the channel ID. Now to set the small icon, from the drawable, right click, go to the vector asset and choose a notification icon. Give it a name and then you can use. Now set the content title and then set some text which would be displayed as the body of the notification. Set the priority as default. So here you can declare a channel ID as a string variable and assign any value. Once done, now we can to initialize the notification manager instance by obtaining the system service which is responsible for managing the notifications. The third step is to create notification channel. Before doing that, we have to check the condition whether the Android version is greater than Android Oreo, the API level 26. If the condition is satisfied, then we have to find the channel corresponding to the channel ID. If the channel is not available or null, in that case, we have to create a notification channel with the specified channel ID, label, and set the importance level as high. Once it is done, we have to set other properties such as light color and enable vibration. Now, we have to instruct the notification manager to create a newly configured notification channel. And then finally, we notify the user by posting the notification with ID 1 using the builder. So far, we have completed all the 4 steps to create a notification. Let us execute and see the output. In the emulator, it requests for the permission. Just select Allow. At the top, we can see the button does not show any text. So in the XML file, I am going to include send notification as the text. Now, in the main activity, inside onClick, I am going to call the send notification method. Sorry, I forgot to add this earlier. Again, let us check the output. This time, when I click the send notification button, I'm getting the notification. So, when I try to click on the notification, it does not work because we have not yet handled. Now, let us see the code to handle the notification click. So, once we click the notification, we have to navigate to a new page and get some message. To do that, I'm going to create a new activity. I'm naming this as message activity. And then once it is done, we can see the message activity.java file and its respective XML file. Now, in the XML file, I'm again going to include a text view so that we can display some message. Set the properties such as width and height and give some ID value. Once done, in the main activity, I'm going to declare the variable for the text view. Now find the text view in the layout using the ID and assign to the local text view variable. Let's go back to the main activity and include some code to handle the notification click. So to navigate from main activity to the message activity, I have to create an intent. So we create an object for the intent and then set the flags. Now we have to set the content intent. For that, we have to create a pending intent object which acts as the wrapper and allows us to execute later. So once it is done, now we have to pass some message. So to do that, I'm using the put extra method and passing the values. Now we have completed all the steps needed to handle the notification click. Now let's go back to the message activity. Here I'm going to declare a string variable called value. So in this value, I'm going to get the value passed from the main activity using the get string extra method. So first we have to call the get intent and then use the get string extra method by passing the name we used in the main activity and assign the value to the text view so that we can display the output. Now let us execute and check the output. Now in the emulator, when we click on the send notification button, we get a notification. And once you click on the notification, it will take to the message activity along with the message. I hope you like this video. subscribe to my channel Programming Info by GS. Thank you.